So yeah, show me the product, show me the service, show me whatever the idea is and how you validated it. Precisely that, prove there's demand out there.
Andy, thank you so much for coming into the studio.
Thanks for having me, excited to be here.
Representing Backstage Capital.
Correct.
So basically, Backstage Capital are our VC firm.
Yep.
So how do we get our hands on the money?
Sure.
Simple as.
Perfect question, right? That's what everyone should ask. So I'll give you a bit of background as to what we do and who we are, and then how to get hands on the money.
Yeah.
Some background.
Might as well have a bit of understanding who's giving us money.
Exactly. Right. Oh, you sent the money. Oh, where did it come from? This illegal family doing dodgy work. No, that's not us. So we're a VC fund started by our founding partner, Arlen Hamilton.
Okay.
Arlen's a gay black woman based in the US from the South. She wasn't in the world of venture at all, and then went and did her own education, went and joined a few groups and learnt it the hard way or through the School of Hard Knocks and stuff.
Okay.
The School of Life. Raised a $5 million fund. Over the last, say, 2.5, 3 years, did 100 investments, 98 in the US, 2 here, and those are for those are $25,000 to $50,000.
Was that where I saw the total of 5 million or something like that? Was it?
Yeah. So then those investments, $25,000 to $50,000. Those are for opportunity checks.
Okay.
So if you had an idea or you were testing, here's an opportunity to give it a real go. And all of those founders meet our remit, and that is underrepresented, or as we refer to them, underestimated founders. So that's women, people of color, LGBTQ, disabled and immigrant founders. And then last year we decided to open up shop in London, and as with a few other cities in the US, and run accelerator programs where we provide some funding and also education and support, more hands-on support for a 3-month period.
Okay.
So that's London, Detroit, Philadelphia, and LA. We do $100,000 for 5%.
It's difficult enough as it is to get your hands on funding. How difficult has it been for underrepresented people to actually get their hands on money?
Sure, so we're one of the first funds to do this. Hence, there's a lot of love and admiration for the team and the movement and the mission.
Yeah.
And even us, so I guess last August, September, we opened up application forms for companies to come pitch to us for money.
Okay.
And we ended up with just under 1,900 application forms. Ended up
1,900?
Ended up investing in just around 25, right? And it's really hard, even in London, with just about 600 applications for London, we end up doing 5 investments.
Wow.
You're still at 1%, and we wish we had the capacity back then to do more, but that's all we could do, and we're working towards doing more in the future. So we'll be making more investments later this year, but it's really hard, right? Even when a fund like ours pops up, and we're here to stay, we can still only do 1% right at a time, and that's hard. And we're hoping that others join us, diversifying their investments.
Are you hoping that the fund will get bigger?
Yes, so we're in talks now to get more money in the pot and be able to not only continue doing these $25,000 to $50,000 investments that Backstage has traditionally done in the US, but the $100,000 investments we do here, plus following on the investment. So if we invest in your company now, we invest in Startup Van, being the great startup van it is.
Of course,
and
who said we need money?
Who said you need money? And then you're raising money next year again, we can follow on. If you're raising more money, we can then give you anything up to $500,000, and that would be a good position for us to be in, and something that we're working towards.
Okay, so how, like, 'cause you said there was what, 600 from the UK that applied for funding
for London,
or from London?
No, for London, yeah.
For London, okay, and there was 5 that you invested in?
So we invested in 5 startups, yes.
So what do you look for? What do you look for in them?
Sure.
Because there's a lot to say no to and very few to say. I know the size of the fund, you can only say yes to so many.
100%. So on the team in London, there's 3 directors.
You're one of the directors.
Myself, Andy, another Andy, and then someone else not called Andy,
Okay.
who's called
3 Andys.
who's called Anissa. So actually that works as AAA. And we, I guess with our investments, we spent a lot of time, we spoke to the founders. They had pitch interviews with us and other members of our team in the US. And then we had lengthy conversations about whether or not the business was a good fit for us, whether or not we were a good fit for the business as well. It isn't just, oh, they get the privilege of receiving our money and having us on board. We get the privilege of owning shares in that business and going on the journey with those entrepreneurs. So I guess what's important is some validation. We have to understand that you know who your customer is, that you've gone to market, you've spoken to enough customers, you know who wants this, and you need some funding to take it to the next level. So I guess the companies, 5 investments, all at different stages.
I was going to ask, are any of them ideas or are they all up and running?
So they're all up and running. So for example, one is, I always do this, right? I say, one is Vitae London, which is a luxury affordable watch.
Yes,
so
I actually know them, yeah.
So for every watch purchased here, a child in sub-Saharan Africa gets their education or school uniform covered for them. A great movement. And so we were the first money into that company. So first investor in at $100,000 for 5%. Trim It, which is the Uber for haircuts.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
So
you saw me probably do the intern morning.
Yes,
with Trim It,
yes, definitely. So
you didn't cut my hair.
so not yet.
No,
not yet. So Trim It's great. So Trim It, 1 van on the road all of last year, and got some angel investment late last year, and now has 5 vans, probably 10 by the end of the year.
Yeah.
So that's Vitae London, Trim It, Afrocentrics. Afrocentrics are haircare products for curly and
again, we interviewed them on the show, yeah.
So you spoke with Jocelyn, yes. And so we've done those 3. We've done Gaudem, which is a magazine for black women and non-binary people, and it covers everything from culture to media to arts, and it's a lot of written content and moving towards video and audio content. And then lastly, that's 4 from London. And then we did one from Kenya, and that's called Tambua Health. And that's it's like Shazam, but for lung infections. So the way that works is you open up the app and you cough into it, and the audio detection determines whether or not you have some form of a respiratory disease or infection. Super smart team. Diagnosis support tool. And that tells you actually there's a range. And so Tambua currently raising 1.2 to 1.5 million. Gaudem wrapping up about 200k. Trim It's brought in about 300k before us. Afrocentrics about 500,000 from WeWork, and then Vitae London first money in. So they're all pretty early stage, but at different stages as well.
Yeah. So what's next for you guys? What are you looking for next?
Sure. So we're always looking for the next set of entrepreneurs to back. Anissa, Andy, and I, we spend a lot of time with other founders in the ecosystem, getting to know them. We always help them with pitches for other investors, hiring, product stuff on their businesses, commercial contracts. And these are founders that we haven't backed. But what's good is we get to see their progress over time. So by the time they are raising money and we are in a position to give them some capital, then we know that actually they've made great progress and everything looks like it's going up to the right, hopefully, and is in a good position. And we want to just help prepare those founders. So we feel that the longer the relationships, the better as well.
What advice could you give to anyone watching this? Because we have a lot of startups that follow us here watching it. What advice could you give around pitching, right? Because I'm sure you've seen a lot of people pitching the 600 that reached out from London. What or where are some of them going wrong?
Sure. So I feel that there isn't enough focus on the stage they're at. Right? I feel people don't best understand the stage. They see a lot of later stage pitches or see pitches that were from a company that's done really well today, and they're like, actually, here's their first pitch deck or second pitch deck. I need to replicate that. Actually, especially for our stage, you just need to focus on what's important, and that's validation. Are there people that want this thing, right? So your whole pitch should be centered around that. It should just be, I always give this example, right? What we'd want to see, so a friend of mine raises, he wants to do a marketplace for African clothing. And he's like, I need to build an app, I need some money for some software. I'm like, do you have any people purchasing anything? He's like, no, but once I build a software, all these people are going to come use it. I'm like, how about you do this instead? What we'd want to see is you set up an Instagram page, which is free. Yeah. In the bio, you've put DM us for any pieces that you're interested in. For every picture you have or video, a piece of content on Instagram, in the caption, put the price. And put a link to the
as if it's just a waiting list.
Yeah, put a link to the artist, and if they're interested, they then make the purchase. Like they then DM you get the purchase made manually. If you show us that you've got 50 to 100 people doing that every month for 3 to 6 months, that's some validation to say people do want this thing, and I need some capital from you now to take it to the next level. Okay. So I feel that's a level of validation. So the conversation needs to just be about what you've done. I always ask people, can you show me something?
Yeah.
Right. And I just
To
want
prove that it works and prove that there's demand out
show
there.
show me the product, show me the service, show me whatever the idea is and how you validated it. Precisely that, prove there's demand out there, and we'll help you best shape it to go and grow the company. But for now, you need to just prove that people want this. So validation, validation, validation. That should be the only focus in the early days.
Andy, thank you so much for coming in and talking to us.
Thanks for having me. It's a
Thank you.
pleasure.